Hello YouTube, this is Chad at The Lemon Factor, and today we're going on a special trip. We're going to go visit, this place, no, over here, these guys, the one in the middle, right there. Yeah, that's a better picture over here. So we are going here to visit Kevin Song, the owner of Craft Detailing in Dedham, Massachusetts. And guess what we're gonna do? Never mind, I think the title of the video gave this away. Yes, so we're going to visit Kevin, we're going to go to Craft Detailing, and we are going to have paint protection film, PPF, installed at Craft Detailing. I will tell you that probably based on some of my other videos, you're already aware that I bought the 2019 Mazda Miata RF that I had previously reviewed. Apparently the lemons that I had pointed out were no big deal for me, and quite frankly, I love the car. That car was such an enjoyable car to drive. It reminded me of my 1999 Acura Integra, which I absolutely loved, and definitely connected with that car. So yep, I have it, it's mine. Now that it's, you know, my car, I want to protect my baby, right? I want to make sure that that car is protected. And first thing I did was start doing some research on the paint protection film that is out there, just generally in the market, who manufactures them. It's been a while since I applied PPF, or, you know, in the past I've called it a clear bra on my vehicle. I have done it to some, not all the vehicles. So I want to do a little bit of research on what's out there, and then locally who, you know, look at who applies them locally, see what type of reputations they have, talk to them a little bit, get an idea before I have it applied. So first thing, when I did the research, it looked like there was a couple manufacturers out there. We have 3M, which I think is the original clear bra manufacturer. We have Luminar, Suntech, which I believe is one and the same company. They just market under separate names. And then we have the Xpel. And what I had installed is the Xpel Ultimate Plus, or maybe it's just the Ultimate. I got to go back and check. Anyway, I had the Xpel installed, and you know, I'm no expert when it comes to PPF, but given what I found, they do all, at least the ones that I had just mentioned, all seem to be generally the same. Yes, the warranties are a little bit different, and some people believe the warranty is a good indicator of, you know, the company's confidence in their product. And I guess to some degree that is true. But at least for the ones that I mentioned, again, the 3M, the Luminar, Suntech, and the Xpel, all had good reputations online. Xpel had really good reviews that I found. So for me, it was less about which one to go with and more about the installer itself. So I did some research in my local area, kind of within 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes drive from where I'm at, called a couple places, and quite frankly, I was shocked to find out how much it costs to have PPF installed on a car. So I guess it's been too long since I've had it installed. I guess for me, I was thinking it'd be about, I don't know, $400 to $600 for the front bumper, a quarter or a third of the hood and some of the fenders. I guess times have changed, prices have changed, and it really got me to thinking, you know, is this really worth it? And to me, it's very much an individual preference. This stuff costs a lot of money, and you really need to balance off, well, it costs money for you to protect your car, but yet it costs money if you were to then to have your hood or bumper or fenders painted. So it's really a personal preference, you know, the cost versus the benefit you get. For me, you know, it was a given that I wanted to have this done. You know, I love this car. I've heard reviews online that the Miata has thin paint, that it easily chips. I'm thinking about keeping this car for a while, and I really wanted to protect it. I didn't want to worry about the rock chips and any blemishes. It's also good for resale, right? I mean, if by chance you do get that and it mars the PPF, you can have it removed. You don't have to worry about the, you know, having it repainted. What I had installed, it cost $1,000 plus. For some people, quite frankly, I would say that's just not worth it. It depends on how much your car costs, the value of your car, if you're going to keep the car for a while. If you're going to keep it a while, yeah, maybe it makes sense. If you're going to try to resell it, yeah, absolutely. Any car that doesn't have rock chips on the hood or the front bumper or the fenders, you know what? It's probably going to sell a little bit better. But at the end of the day, cost is definitely a factor. Anyway, obviously I had it done. It was worthwhile for me. I'm glad I did it. So it was really down to the installer. And when I called a couple places locally, what I really liked about craft detailing in Dedham, Massachusetts was their responsiveness, was their ability to answer my questions. I called them back several times asking different questions about the pricing and the product, and they were extremely helpful. I think they realized it was me calling multiple times, and they did not act annoyed at all, which I appreciated. And then take it a step further, when I was finally ready to pull the trigger and set up an appointment to have it done, I had sent an email through their website, and I think it was within hours or half a day. It was on the weekend when they weren't open. I got a response back, and not only did I get a response back, it was from the owner, Kevin Song. Kevin was very responsive to answering my questions, to set up an appointment for the coming week, and he was doing that all on his day off. So, I give a lot of credit. I think that's excellent customer service. Again, he was able to answer my question. He was also nice enough to let me do a short interview, which I'll give you some clips of this and talk a little bit about PPF, what's out there, a little bit about his business. So, Kevin, can you tell me a little bit about craft detailing, how long you've been in business, and how you got into the business in the first place?
Sure. So, craft detailing's been open for 3.5 years. I had another shop prior to this, and I ended up selling my interest in it. And I started this, I guess, December of 2015. We specialize in mainly ceramic coatings and paint protection film, but we do everything from like basic wash to detailing, paint correction, window tint. We're all kind of car enthusiasts at heart. And, the nice thing about that is we kind of all treat customer cars the way we would treat our own. Right. And I think that really kind of shows with the customers that we do have. It's helped us grow very quick. PPF has been around for at least a couple decades, and it's evolved over time. 3M is kind of the original manufacturer of film, but over the years, the film has developed, and there's a lot of new players in the space. We primarily use Xpel. Okay. They're based out in Texas, and they're one of the market leaders in this space now. They have a self-healing film, and what I mean by self-healing, light scratches on the top coat will disappear with heat.
Now, are we talking about heat like from a hair dryer or
hair dryer, hot water?
Oh, okay.
You can use a heat gun. Today it's probably about 90 degrees out right now. Yeah. So if there were light scratches in there, if you left it out in the sun, they would disappear. The polymer on top of it, kind of reconstitutes itself.
That's
and
interesting.
Light scratches will disappear. As long as you don't penetrate that top coat, okay, it will work. Now, obviously, if you got hit by road debris, let's say you get a rock hit it, and instead of chipping the paint, it chips and penetrates the top of the film.
Right.
That won't self-heal.
Okay.
It has its limitations.
Okay.
But let's say you're in a hurry and you decide to wash your car and you don't do it properly and you kind of mar the surface of it. Sure. That will disappear.
How long does it last? So we just had this applied. Is this something that will last 2, 3, 5, 10 years?
In North America, Xpel has a 10-year warranty.
Okay.
All right. So it's a warranty against manufacturing defects. So okay, it won't heal. It won't delaminate. Well, some people prefer to do the whole car, but that gets prohibitively expensive.
Sure.
But a lot of people don't want the line across their hood either. So a lot of folks. Our most popular package is a full front.
Is this something that someone could install themselves? Buy it on Amazon, buy it online, and have at it?
You can buy it. Xpel does sell kits online, so it is a do-it-yourself product. However, we got guys that do it 5 days a week, 8-10 hours a day. In order to be decent at this, you got to be doing it for a full year.
Okay.
All right. There is a high learning curve with this, and I think the reason why there's not a lot of people who are good at it is because messing up gets really expensive. I think the biggest thing that you can tell when if you see somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience doing it is as you're putting it down, you do have to stretch it, and you do have to lift it, you do have to stretch it. Depending on the installer, sometimes you'll see stretch marks. Kind of like in your skin, like when you grow really fast, you get stretch marks in your skin.
Sure.
Very similar in film, and you can see it in different lighting.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so you'll see like stretching and silvering. The other thing too is, and that happens a lot if you're chasing debris. What ends up happening is there's a large piece of debris. The installer will chase after it, and when that happens, sometimes you will see they don't do it properly, you will see stretch marks.
But that's a good point, right? If someone really were to try to do this on their own, if the car is not detailed well enough, right, and you get anything embedded, it's now trapped under there for good, right?
Right. The other thing too is like the kits that they sell online. A lot of things are computer cut, but they'll computer cut in a way where the edges aren't tucked. So you'll see edges, like on this fender here, you can't see it on the video, but we tuck the edge all the way in, so there's no seam along the line here. Where, like on pre-cut film that you would buy online and do it yourself, most likely it wouldn't go all the way to the edge and get tucked.
If they can't come to you guys, in Dedham, Massachusetts, and they're looking at a local provider, what type of questions should they ask the installer?
Well, I would see how much experience they have for one. How many installs that they've done.
Okay.
Always getting a referral from somebody else is kind of really important, and that's just not true for detailing, but in general, you're spending really good money to have it done. You should make sure it's being done right by a reputable shop.
Kevin, thank you very much for your time today. Again, I'm with Kevin Song from Craft Detailing here in Dedham, Massachusetts. This is Chad at The Lemon Factor, and I'd like to thank you for watching today. I hope you found this information valuable. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and also leave a comment below.